9 SUVs that will never break down. Buy them once and drive them forever. While brands are making iPads on wheels, designed to die the day the warranty expires, there's a handful of machines that defy the laws of the modern market. They are not disposable, they are engineered for immortality. We're talking about SUVs with real over-engineering capable of devouring 500,000 kilometers without breaking a sweat, while others end up in the scrapyard. Congratulations! If you buy one of these, you've just said goodbye to your mechanic forever. Today we'll uncover the 9 mechanical tanks that survive any crisis. Stay tuned for number 1, because it's the safest asset for your wallet. We'll also name 2 SUVs you should always avoid. And finally, we'll leave you with the 3 steps to properly choose an SUV. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 9. Subaru Forester. When we talk about mechanical longevity, the first concept we need to understand is balance. Most vehicles you see on the street use inline engines, where the pistons move up and down vertically. This creates natural vibrations that, over the years and hundreds of thousands of kilometers, eventually wear out the engine mounts and internal components. Subaru decided to take a different path decades ago and has remained loyal to it for a very specific reason: the boxer engine. The horizontally opposed cylinder design, known as the boxer engine, allows the pistons to move laterally, cancelling out the vibrations with each other. It's as if the engine is in a constant state of meditation, reducing mechanical stress on the crankshaft and engine block. This inherent smoothness isn't just about comfort for the driver, it's the main reason why a Subaru Forester engine can run flawlessly for decades. With less internal vibration, the gaskets, seals and metals experience significantly less wear compared to a traditional inline 4-cylinder engine. But the Forester's engineering doesn't stop at its engine. Its symmetrical all-wheel drive system is one of the most admired pieces of engineering by mechanics worldwide. Unlike other drive systems that are adaptations of front-wheel drive vehicles, Subaru's system was designed from scratch to be perfectly balanced from the center of the vehicle outward. This means that the axles are the same length on both sides, eliminating the effect of uneven torsion and reducing wear on the differentials and transmission. In the latest versions, Subaru has perfected the engine's thermal management. Heat is the #1 enemy of long-term reliability. An engine that doesn't manage its temperatures well will end up with warped cylinder heads or lubrication problems. The Forester uses an optimized cooling architecture that ensures the oil maintains its viscosity properties even under extreme stress. Furthermore, by keeping a low center of gravity thanks to the engine's position, the chassis doesn't suffer from unnecessary torsion in corners, prolonging the lifespan of the vehicle's entire structure. It's a car designed to be driven always, in any climate, and on any terrain, without you feeling like the machine is straining more than it should. Number 8. Mazda CX-5. In an automotive market that seems obsessed with reducing engine size and adding turbos to comply with environmental regulations, Mazda decided to swim against the current with a philosophy they call SkyActiv technology. While other manufacturers install 1.5-liter turbocharged engines that generate a lot of heat and internal pressure, Mazda stood firm with its naturally aspirated 2.0-liter and 2.5-liter engines. This decision is the key to their immortality. A naturally aspirated engine, meaning one that breathes air naturally without the help of a turbo, operates at much lower temperatures and pressures. This directly translates into greater durability of the internal components. There's no turbine spinning at 200,000 revolutions per minute that could fail, no intercoolers that could leak, and no excessive complexity in the exhaust system. Mazda has achieved efficiency levels similar to its turbocharged competitors by perfecting combustion, using extremely high compression ratios and cutting-edge electronic management. The art of perfecting the conventional means that Mazda didn't try to reinvent the wheel, but made it with the best materials possible. The internal components of a SkyActiv engine, such as pistons and connecting rods, are designed to minimize friction. Less friction means less heat, and less heat means a much longer lifespan. Additionally, Mazda is one of the few manufacturers that still uses 6-speed automatic torque converter transmissions instead of continuously variable transmissions or dual-clutch transmissions, which tend to be much more delicate and expensive to repair. Mazda's automatic transmission is a jewel of reliability. It has been refined year after year to be almost indestructible. It uses a multi-disc locking clutch that combines the smoothness of a torque converter with the direct response of a manual transmission, but without the fragility associated with modern gearboxes. When you buy a CX-5, you're buying a machine that has been polished to perfection. There are no risky technological experiments here, only solid, proven mechanical engineering. Even inside, the durability philosophy is evident. The materials not only feel luxurious, but are assembled with such precision that they avoid squeaks and annoying noises over time. Mazda understands that the experience of driving a car forever doesn't just depend on the engine starting, but on how the vehicle feels solid and whole after 10 years of daily use. It's the perfect representation of how well-executed simplicity will always outlast unnecessary complexity when the goal is absolute longevity. Number 7. Honda CR-V. When longevity is analyzed in the automotive world, the name Honda inevitably comes up as a benchmark of precision. The Honda CR-V isn't just a family SUV. It's the wrapper around one of the greatest achievements in modern mechanical engineering, the VTEC valve system. To understand why this vehicle can effortlessly surpass 400,000 kilometers, we need to look directly at the heart of its cylinder head. The electronic valve lift and timing control system was originally designed to maximize performance, but its collateral benefit was unprecedented structural robustness. The architecture of Honda's four-cylinder engines uses high-strength aluminum alloys and cylinder liners that dissipate heat evenly. In a conventional engine, the valves operate with a fixed profile, meaning the engine is always under a similar level of effort. The VTEC system allows the engine to breathe optimally depending on the load, which drastically reduces metal fatigue during daily driving. This efficiency not only saves fuel, but also prevents the buildup of carbon deposits in the combustion chambers, one of the main long-term engine killers. It's common to find CR-V units in repair shops that have passed through 3 different owners and still maintain nearly identical cylinder compression to what they had when they left the factory 15 years ago. This is because Honda designs its internal components with micrometric tolerances. The crankshaft bearings and connecting rods are made to work with an oil film so thin yet strong that metal-to-metal contact is virtually non-existent. If you keep the cooling system up to date and change the oil regularly, the mechanical structure of this vehicle is, for all practical purposes, eternal. Another key point is the simplicity of its suspension system. While many European SUVs use complex air systems or magnetic dampers that inevitably fail and cost thousands of dollars to repair, Honda uses a McPherson strut and multi-link setup that is pure iron engineering. It's a configuration that withstands the punishment of potholes and rough roads without transferring that stress to the monocoque chassis. The CR-V is proof that when a brand focuses on the quality of internal materials over unnecessary technological trinkets, the result is a transportation tool that can last for generations. Number 6. Toyota RAV4. If there is an undisputed queen of global reliability, it's the Toyota RAV4. This vehicle has built its reputation on one fundamental pillar: mechanical simplicity taken to the extreme of perfection. Whether in its pure gasoline version or its hybrid variant, Toyota has applied a philosophy where fewer moving parts mean fewer opportunities for failure. To understand its immortality, we must analyze its transmission, specifically the planetary gear system used in the hybrid version. Unlike a traditional automatic transmission, which has clutches, bands, solenoids, and hundreds of small parts that can break, Toyota's hybrid transmission, known as ECVT, is a marvel of simplicity. It has no belts or pulleys like a conventional CVT. Instead, it uses a set of planetary gears that connect the internal combustion engine with the electric motors. It's a purely mechanical and electronic system that doesn't have the usual friction points that destroy transmissions at around 150,000 kilometers. It's so robust that it's virtually impossible to burn out this transmission under normal use. In the gasoline version, Toyota uses Atkinson cycle engines that are designed to operate with a thermal efficiency of 40%, an astonishing figure for a mass-produced vehicle. This means less energy is wasted in the form of heat. As we've mentioned before, heat is what degrades oils, hardens plastics, and cracks hoses. Since these engines run so cool and efficiently, the aging of the components under the hood is significantly delayed. It's not uncommon to see these SUVs reach 500,000 kilometers with the original alternator and water pump. The RAV4 also stands out for its easy access to components. Toyota engineers design with the mechanic in mind. This means that performing preventive maintenance doesn't require special tools or dismantling half the vehicle. This maintainability ensures that owners don't neglect car servicing, which in turn guarantees the vehicle keeps running decade after decade. It's an honest design that doesn't try to trap you in the workshop with proprietary repairs. It's a machine built to serve mankind, not the other way around. Number 5. Lexus RX 350. Talking about the Lexus RX 350 is diving into the realm where Japanese precision engineering reaches its highest point of refinement and durability. This vehicle is not simply a luxurious version of a Toyota, it's a manifesto on how an engine should be built to last a lifetime. At the heart of this machine is the legendary 3.5-liter V6 engine, a power unit that many veteran mechanics consider, without a doubt, the best engine of the modern era. The reason for this fame is no accident. While other manufacturers rushed into the small engine race with turbochargers to comply with emission regulations, Lexus stuck with a naturally aspirated engine with a generous displacement. This means that the engine's internal components aren't subjected to the extreme thermal pressures and mechanical stress generated by a turbo. An engine that breathes on its own, without forced air, is one that suffers less fatigue in its gaskets, pistons, and valves. The heat management in this V6 block is a masterpiece. The cooling galleries are designed to eliminate hotspots that often cause cylinder head warping after years of intensive use. The dual injection system in this engine is another of its great secrets. It uses both direct injection and port injection simultaneously. This solves the problem of carbon buildup on intake valves, an issue that affects almost all modern direct injection engines and requires costly cleanings every 60,000 kilometers. In the Lexus RX 350, the gasoline passing through the intake port constantly cleans the valves, keeping the engine running with the same efficiency as the first day, even when the odometer reads 300,000 kilometers or more. The 8-speed automatic transmission that accompanies this engine is calibrated for smoothness, but its construction is massive. The internal clutch discs are oversized, allowing for barely perceptible gear shifts with minimal wear. It's a vehicle designed under the philosophy that luxury isn't just about leather seats or a high-fidelity sound system, but the absolute peace of mind knowing that the car will start every morning for the next 2 decades. This is why seeing one of these SUVs with 500,000 kilometers in the used car market isn't a sign that it's nearing the end of its life, but that it's just completed its first phase of service. Number 4. Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner is a rolling anachronism in the best possible way. While the rest of the automotive world has shifted towards unibody designs similar to sedans to save weight, the 4Runner stays true to its body-on-frame architecture, or truck chassis. This is the same structure used in heavy-duty trucks, and is the main reason why this vehicle can withstand punishment that would destroy any other SUV in a matter of months. The advantage of not changing its platform in over a decade is immense. Toyota has had 15 years to perfect every screw, every wire harness, and every suspension component. Instead of using customers as guinea pigs for new digital technologies or experimental electronic suspension systems, the 4Runner uses proven mechanical components tested in the planet's harshest deserts. Its 4.0-liter V6 engine is an example of robustness over performance. It's not the fastest engine nor the most fuel efficient, but it's practically indestructible because it operates under a very low workload relative to its capacity. The 4Runner's chassis is made from high-strength steel and features reinforced crossmembers, giving it astonishing torsional rigidity. This structural robustness means that after 10 years of use on dirt roads or bumpy highways, the vehicle shows no creaks, rattles, or misalignments that are common in lighter structured vehicles. The simplicity of its four-wheel drive system, which in many versions is still activated by a physical lever, eliminates dependence on electrical actuators that often fail with moisture and mud. For the owner looking for a one-time purchase vehicle for the next 20 years, the 4Runner represents the safest investment. Its resale value is the highest in its category because the market knows that these vehicles are so simple to repair that almost any problem can be solved with basic tools. It's a survival machine disguised as a family vehicle, a titan that prefers the reliability of tested iron over the fragility of cutting-edge silicon. Before we get to the top 3, it's worth mentioning 2 SUVs you should always avoid. On paper, they seem like the perfect purchase due to their prestige and rugged appearance, but in reality they will drain your bank account in less than 2 years due to catastrophic design failures. The first is the first and second generation Range Rover Sport, with air suspension and supercharged V8 engines. While its off-road capability is legendary, the complexity of its electrical systems and the fragility of its thermal management make it a financial nightmare once the warranty expires. Failures in the suspension compressors and hidden coolant leaks can cost thousands of dollars in a single visit to the shop. The second SUV to avoid is the recent Jeep Grand Cherokee with the 3.0-liter EcoDiesel 5.6 engine. Despite the promise of great torque and low consumption, this engine has proven to be prone to severe internal failures in the fuel system and problems with the particulate filter, which can leave the vehicle inoperable for weeks. These are vehicles designed to impress at the dealership, but not to withstand the test of time. If you're looking for durability, stay away from these options and stick with the titans we've discussed today, especially the 3 that are still to come. Number 3. Chevrolet Tahoe. When we talk about the Chevrolet Tahoe, we enter the realm of American brute strength and the mechanical simplicity of small block engines. Despite technological advancements, Chevrolet has maintained the use of V8 engines in this model with a block-mounted valve architecture, operated by push rods and rocker arms. To many modern technology enthusiasts, this may seem outdated, but for the mechanic who understands longevity, it's a blessing. A pushrod and rocker arm engine has far fewer moving parts than a modern DOHC, dual overhead cam engine. There are no long timing chains that can stretch, nor complex hydraulic tensioner systems that can fail and cause a valve-to-piston collision. In the Tahoe's V8, simplicity means there are fewer things that can go wrong under heavy load conditions. It's an engine built to work, to tow boats, and to carry 7 passengers across thousands of kilometers of road without complaint. The Tahoe's engine block is designed to handle heat exceptionally well, allowing the oil to circulate freely even in the most demanding conditions. Although Chevrolet has introduced fuel management systems to save gas, the core of the engine remains a design that has been refined over more than 60 years. This constant evolution has eliminated historical weaknesses, resulting in a power plant that can easily reach 400,000 kilometers with basic maintenance. In addition to its engine, the Tahoe stands out for its robustness in the braking and transmission systems. Everything in this vehicle is sized for heavy-duty work. The axles, bearings, and engine cooling system are much larger than you would expect for a daily use vehicle. This over-engineering is what allows the Tahoe to keep running when other similar vehicles start showing structural fatigue. It's the perfect example of why proven technology and iron mass still hold a primary place in the hierarchy of infinite mileage. In a world that seeks lightness, the Tahoe bets on solidity, and the long-term results prove it right. Number 2. Mitsubishi Montero/Pajero. The Mitsubishi Montero, known in other markets as Pajero or Shogun, is a vehicle born from the sand and extreme heat of the world's toughest rally. Its legacy in the Dakar is not just a marketing strategy. It's the foundation upon which its reputation for indestructibility was built. When a brand dominates an endurance competition for decades, accumulating 12 victories in the desert, transferring that technology to street vehicles results in a machine that laughs in the face of conditions that would destroy a conventional SUV. The structural design of the Montero is unique in its class. It uses what engineers call an integrated frame chassis in the unibody. This configuration combines the torsional rigidity of a sports car with the flex resistance of a cargo truck. The result is a platform that can withstand jumps, deep ruts, and years of constant vibrations without the body losing its integrity. It's common to find units with 20 years of service that show not a single crack in their structure or rattles inside, something very few manufacturers can claim. Its drivetrain, the famous Super Select 4WD2, is considered by many experts to be the best all-wheel drive system ever designed for a mass-produced vehicle. Unlike other systems that only allow rear-wheel drive or fully locked four-wheel drive, Mitsubishi's system allows driving in four-wheel drive at highway speeds on dry asphalt, providing unparalleled active safety. The robustness of the differentials and transfer case is such that they can operate under extreme heat loads without prematurely degrading the oil. Regarding its powertrain, Mitsubishi's diesel and gasoline engines for this model were designed with extremely wide tolerance margins. The pistons and connecting rods are built to outlast the rest of the vehicle. It's not unusual to see these SUVs working as transport vehicles in the jungles of Southeast Asia or the mountain ranges of South America, accumulating 600,000 kilometers with minimal repairs. The Mitsubishi Montero is not just a means of transportation. It's an engineering tool designed to survive the passage of time and human neglect, making it one of the best investments for anyone seeking a vehicle that will last 2 decades. Number 1. Toyota Land Cruiser. We've reached the absolute top of the automotive pyramid. The Toyota Land Cruiser, whether in its 200 series or the new 300 series, is not just an SUV. It is the gold standard of human survival on wheels. There is no other vehicle on the planet that inspires the same level of blind trust. When the United Nations, the Red Cross, or international rescue organizations need to enter war zones or areas affected by natural disasters, where a mechanical failure means death, not just a setback, they don't choose a European luxury brand or an American truck. They choose a Land Cruiser. The reason the Land Cruiser has no real competition lies in its development cycle. While a normal vehicle is designed for a lifespan of 10 years or 250,000 kilometers under normal conditions, the Land Cruiser is designed under a standard of 25 years of intensive use in the harshest terrains on Earth. Every component, from the thickness of the metal in the chassis to the diameter of the suspension bolts, is almost excessively oversized. It's a vehicle built to never fail. The 8-cylinder engine in the 200 series and the new twin-turbo V6 in the 300 series share a common philosophy: redundancy. The cooling systems are so massive they can keep the engine at operating temperature even crossing the Sahara Desert at midday, with the air conditioning on full blast and towing 3 tons. The electrical wiring is shielded against electromagnetic interference and extreme moisture with military-grade seals. There are no experiments here, just solutions that have proven to work over 50 years of history. The Land Cruiser is the only vehicle that retains its value in the used market in an almost irrational way. People don't buy a Land Cruiser for its infotainment system or the softness of its leather. They buy it because they know it's a life insurance policy. It's the machine that will take you to the ends of the earth, and most importantly, bring you back. In a market full of disposable products, the Land Cruiser remains the last bastion of absolute mechanical excellence. Identifying a high-reliability SUV in the used market requires ignoring the paint, shine, and touchscreens to focus on what really matters. There's a rule of 3 key components that every smart buyer should follow to acquire a vehicle that will not only serve them, but can be handed down to their children in perfect working condition. The first component is the engine architecture. Look for naturally aspirated engines, or if necessary, turbocharged engines that have been tested in commercial fleets for at least 5 years. Stay away from small displacements, trying to produce a lot of power. Thermal stress is the #1 enemy of longevity. A large, relaxed engine will always last longer than a small one working at its limits. The second component is the simplicity of the transmission. Traditional torque converter automatic transmissions, especially those made by companies like Aisin, are infinitely more reliable than dual-clutch or continuously variable transmissions flooding the current market. A transmission that generates less internal heat and has clear fluid change intervals is a transmission that will reach 500,000 kilometers without requiring a costly rebuild. The third component is the verifiable service history. The best engineering in the world cannot save a vehicle from neglect. A car with 300,000 kilometers and a record of oil changes every 5,000 kilometers is a much safer purchase than one with 100,000 kilometers that has never been to the shop. Reliability is a combination of excellent manufacturing and rigorous preventive maintenance. If you follow these 3 pillars, you'll be buying financial freedom and peace of mind.